Thanks to Discover Student Loans for sponsoring today's video. Is Kesley excited to move out?
I'm super excited to move out.
As you guys know, Kesley has changed her major several times. She's still deciding what she wants to do. College bound right here, our first daughter going off to college. Corey, are we really that old? Good afternoon, you guys. Welcome to today's video. We've got Kesley here, and she is enjoying her last summer before she heads off to college. We know many of you guys have shared your excitement for Kesley and her new adventure. We know many of you parents who are watching are also in a similar situation and sending your children off to college. That is why we have teamed up with Discover Student Loans to help answer questions about different routes college-bound students and families can explore to help pay for college. Today we are going to chat through some of the top questions we've received, as well as important questions we asked Discover Student Loans around loans, financial aid, scholarships, and more. So let's get into it. Once we're done, make sure you guys go to the comments and let us know where your child is going this fall. All right, we got our first question. Kesley, let's start with the fun one. This one is for you. Is Kesley excited to move out?
I'm super excited to move out. I'm super excited to just kind of live on my own, and I'm a little nervous, but it'll be super fun to meet new people and start a new chapter in my life.
Next question, when is the best time to start saving for college? Corey, I'm gonna let you answer this one.
Well, we recommend saving for college as early as possible. But, you know, for some people, you may not have that opportunity. Even if you didn't save early, every little bit saved can help. If you have time before your child heads to college, you can open up a 529 plan. You can contribute each month and your contribution will grow tax-free. 529 plans can vary from state to state. So research and compare different plans to determine which fits best for your needs based on tax incentives, fees, and investment options.
Okay, I got another great question here. It says, what are some of the differences between federal and private student loans? Private student loans are made up by financial institutions like banks or credit unions. Federal student loans are issued by the government. Interest rates on a private student loan can be fixed or variable, and the rate depends on the creditworthiness of the student and/or cosigner. Federal loans offer one fixed rate that is set on July 1st. You must complete the free application for federal student aid, FAFSA. That is FAFSA. To be eligible for federal student loans, you do not need to complete the FAFSA to apply for the private student loans. Federal loan repayment options are set by the government, while private loan repayment options can vary from lender to lender. All right, we got another question here. This is a good one. I think Corey is great at answering these, so we're gonna let Corey answer this one. So what are the different types of college financial aid?
The way to determine what financial aid you qualify for is by completing the FAFSA form every year. Even if you don't anticipate being eligible for federal aid, you should still fill it out, as it determines state and institutional aid and some scholarships. The FAFSA becomes available every October 1st, and the deadline is June 30th. But your school may have a different deadline.
What are you working on right now, Kes?
I'm just working on my schedule for college.
Trying to figure out what general she wants to do.
Okay, next question. What are scholarships and how can I find ones I qualify for? This is a great question. So a scholarship is free money and it does not have to be paid back. Scholarships aren't just for athletes and brainiacs. Discover Student Loans has a great tool on their website that helps students search 3 million scholarships worth more than 18 billion. And there is no registration requirement either. Any amount you win will help offset your pocket cost and the amount you may need to borrow. Okay, so they're still going over her school schedule, and Kesley right now has classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, nothing Tuesday and Thursdays, but she thinks she may change that. She was hoping to not have classes Friday so that if she did want to come home on some weekends, she could do that. I don't know. She's just trying to adjust.
You want to try to get everything done in the morning too.
Yeah.
And then that gives you the afternoon to work and do whatever.
Do other stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. College life is the best life. I feel like you have like a lot more flexibility with your schedule. You get to decide your schedule, which is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun because you're discovering you.
Yeah. I love that.
I know. I'm super excited.
And it'll be fun.
You love it.
And you get to meet new people. There's just so much to look forward to.
Yeah.
So Corey, I've got another question for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you answer this one.
Let's hear it.
Okay, how much can I borrow in student loans?
Well, federal governments do have limits on how much you can borrow each year. In most cases, private student loans may have higher borrowing limits than federal loans and can be an option if federal loans cannot cover the full amount that you need to borrow.
As you guys know, Kesley has changed her major several times. She's still deciding what she wants to do. So at first it was going to be nursing, physical therapist, it was going to be business, and she may still do one of those things. She may decide to do something completely different.
Yeah.
But right now that is where we're at. So she's focusing on her generals right now, getting all of her generals out of the way, getting her associate's degree, and then she'll pursue like her dream job. Okay, next question. What is the difference between a fixed and variable interest rate? Applicants may have a choice of a fixed or variable interest rate loan. A fixed interest rate will remain the same throughout the life of the loan. It gives you the protection of knowing how much you'll be paying each month, but could mean you pay more over the life of your loan because fixed interest rates tend to start higher than variable interest rates. A variable rate is an interest rate that may change periodically throughout the life of the loan. Variable interest rates are tied to an index, so if the index changes, your loan interest rates will fluctuate with the corresponding index. If your interest rate increases, your monthly payments will increase, and that can be challenging when you're balancing your monthly budget. This is another great question. In fact, it was asked probably the most, Corey. So here it is. Should I co-sign my college student's private student loan?
Well, if your child doesn't have an established credit history, to qualify for a private student loan on their own, they may have the option to apply with a credit-worthy cosigner. A cosigner accepts equal responsibility for the repayment of a private student loan. A cosigner does not have to be related to the student, but many students do ask for a parent to cosign their applications.
Another really common question that was asked was, how soon do you have to pay your student loans back? So it actually depends on the loan type. Federal loans generally have a 10-year repayment term. Private student loans tend to offer various repayment terms. It's best to evaluate what repayment term makes sense for your budget. Generally, a shorter repayment term can mean paying less in interest, but it does come with higher monthly payments. Everyone has different priorities and different financial situations. So you want to consider how each repayment option will affect your life. Another great question right here. Do you have to pay your private student loan off while you're in college, or can you pay it off after you graduate? Corey?
Most student loans, Shanna, have the option to defer payments until after graduation, which is nice. This can be tempting for students on a tight budget, but making small monthly payments during your time in college can make a huge difference because it helps offset the interest that accrues and lowers your overall loan cost.
This is the final question, Corey. What steps do I need to take out my student loan?
Oh.
There is a little bit of a process. We're gonna walk you through it one by one.
Get into depth on this one?
Yes, let's walk them through it, Corey. Walk them through all the steps.
Kesley has followed all these steps to getting a loan, and it's a process.
Yes.
Isn't it? Mm-hmm. It took a while. You started almost 2 or 3 months before you actually graduated high school to start filling out all your applications and everything you need to do to qualify for your loans.
Right.
The nice thing is the school has help. There's counselors that help you get through all that, and it was easy steps. So step number 1, identify your annual costs. Check the school's website for the annual costs and attendance. Typically this number will include tuition and fees, housing and living expenses, books and supplies. You can also use their net price calculator to estimate your cost to attend.
Step number 2, take stock of your available funding.
Add up how much money you already have for college from things like grants, scholarships, family contributions, savings, and earnings from work. Step number 3, Tess, is calculate your funding gap. Once you determine how much money you have towards your college cost, you can then estimate how much you still need to cover. And step number 4, Kesley's favorite, consider getting a job. The Federal Work Study Program is a part-time employment program provided by the government. It allows students with financial need to earn money to help pay for college. You will indicate your interest when you first complete the FAFSA and may receive it as a part of your award letter. If you are eligible, apply for positions If not, seek out employment to help offset for the cost. And then step number 5 is apply for student loans. Once you receive your award letter, you will then know how much you need to cover. Discover encourages you to exhaust savings, grants, and scholarships before taking out loans. If you need to borrow, compare federal and private student loans, and then choose a loan that best fits your needs.
And there you have it, guys. Those are the steps right there.
5 steps right there.
5 steps.
You got it all? You got all those completed, didn't you?
Yep.
And you're on your way to college.
On your
You're
way.
gonna move out.
College bound right here. Our first daughter going off to college. Corey, are we really that old? Are we really that old?
Unfortunately, I think
Can't even believe it.
I'm excited. It gives us excuses to come visit.
Yeah.
On vacation.
It's just a new fun phase of life. College life is the best life. I truly feel like those were our best.
I think
That's what I always say.
I think
Years.
the change in lifestyle is scary at first.
Yeah.
But it's like anything else. You just get the wheels going and you fall into place and you love it.
Yeah, and you get to meet new people. You're just gonna have a blast, Kes. We're so excited for you to have this amazing experience. Thanks again to Discover Student Loans for sponsoring today's video. Visit the link below for more information on Discover Student Loans and other things you should consider while mapping out a plan to pay for college.